Today is the launch of the beta for Digimon Alysion, which I believe is the way you pronounce that. This is the newest mobile game, I think the first one actually, for Digimon as the card game. Is it the Duel Links killer we've been waiting for? Pokemon Pocket wasn't it? Then this game is not going to be it now. My Digimon experience is literally, I know who Agumon is, I know the game exists, I've bought Cyber Sleuth 3 times and not played it. This is the overall menu you've got. Now, when you first start the game, you're going to go through and do a story mode, go for a tutorial, and gain a bunch of gems, get a starter deck. This is pretty simple, straightforward, right? It's teaching you through one whole game, a mechanic at a time. So you're learning about Digivolution, you're learning about the eggs, you're learning about the phases, you're learning about the breeding area, you're learning about all these different kind of things, and at the end of it, you get 1,000 gems. You've got access to your decks, which is very Master-like, right? If you click on a deck, you see 3 cards, you can go in and you can go edit the deck, you can see the deck for itself, right? The menu for editing a deck is a little bit weird at the moment. There is filters, there are different kind of things, so you've then got tasks, which is your missions, right? You've got some daily missions to do, so using certain cards, winning as well, you can refresh them. There's login missions, so only going to free 100 gems. The translations in this game feel a little bit off, right? They feel very literal from the Japanese version, or maybe perhaps some AI translations. I'm not going to say if it is or isn't, right, but there's a bunch of things here. So first of all, you've got a free star deck from completing one PvP match. I believe there is one for 1, 3, and 5, and this is not an intuitive system, right? Like, you can't see the card here. I don't know what Agumon card this is, right, from just seeing this. So it's not a great system. I'd prefer if you could see the card, click on the card, and see what you've got. That'd be cool. What do we got? We've got missions, okay, so some gems, cool. I don't get why they've got to be in these little things here, right? Why can't they just show you the rewards you get? That would be a bit more straightforward, right? Is that everything we've got? There's probably some more at the bottom, maybe. Let's just go and, okay, yeah. Train levels, claim those. Digital timers. Now, this game has seemingly taken the best features of Pocket and of Milestone and of other card games and thrown them together. In the bottom left, you've got a daily pack, and this is random. Okay, I thought you could choose it, but no, it is random. I'm gonna pick our pack. You can see the inspiration. It's like Master. That was just Master. It's like they've gone and taken Pocket Master and chucked them together. So what do we got? It's so blatant, right? It's so blatant. What do we got? SR, the Zudumon, and there's different foilings as well you can get. I don't know if this means you get it by default or whether you're going to unlock it, right? If there's some way you can unlock it, or like this one here. Okay, this one here, we've got the 4, right? We've got the 4 version, we've not got this one. That at least makes sense. Okay, there's our free pack. Now, we can go to the bag, and this has our timers. So we can shorten down the timers by 2 hours each, which is exactly how Pocket does it. Now, is that going to be something you're going to want to do? Who knows, right? Because this daily pack doesn't say what's in the daily pack, right? It doesn't say, I'm going to use it again, right? It doesn't say what card pool it's pulling from. Is it pulling from every card in the game? It's like the Master Pack in Master Duel, because of that, like, that's how I'm reading into this. And so, it is just Master Duel. It is literally Master Duel. Uncommons, commons, you got rares, super rares, and they can go next. Now, I don't know anything about Digimon, so I don't know what cards are good, what cards aren't good. We've got the breeding area, which is where you get a little Digimon, right? And then you can Digivolve it, but I don't really get what's happening here. I think this is like supplementary to the game. It's just like something to like bring you back into the overall world of Digimon, I think. I don't think there's any like real gameplay mechanic around that. If there is, it's not really described. There's also the card pack shop, and this is very similar to Master Duel. Again, you buy 10 packs, you get a guaranteed SR higher, which is pretty cool. We can go in, see the appearance rate, where I can see 0.5% for a secret rare, 4% for an SR, and overall the rates seem okay-ish, right? I've not pulled on them, but then you can go in and see all the cards in the pack, right? And these cards have cool rarities, right? Different alt arts, right? Which is really cool to be available on launch. And there's also some cards, I believe, we can find the one that Twitter is going kind of mental over. It's not this one, right? No. So there are different artworks, right? Which is, which is cool. Was it Beat DO2? Is this the set it's in? Right, this card here dominated me in my first ranked game, because it was like the only thing I could face. Where is the, is it BDO1? The Rosemon, I think it's called. Right, let's have a look. Here it is, right, here it is, yeah. So Rosemon has normal artwork, the variant foil, and then you've got video full animation cards. And this might be the only one in the game right now. And you can kind of see the route they're going down with this one. It's like, you want to pull this one, you want to show this off. Now, there are some things a bit weird, right? Like how the, you know, some of the card is still in Japanese, some's in English, right? That's something they've got to kind of work on. But overall, it seems fine enough, right? It just seems a little bit unpolished, I think is the way I'd kind of describe it. So, we're going to go in, and there's no way you choose one at a time, right? There's no way, we've gone for 10. You don't do one, like, pack at a time choosing this menu, do you? There's no way, right? Next, okay, no, okay, that's fine. So I don't know what we're looking for. We're looking for some cool looking cards, right? And so it seems that, okay, blue's gonna be your rare, yellow is your super rare, and then purple might be your secret rare, for example. And in this game, there are monsters, right? Your normal Digimon. There are option cards, which are like spell cards, and then there's trainer cards, which are kind of like spells as well. Your spells can be monsters, and the overall mechanics are really cool. I think, like, I didn't know anything about them. I saw, you know, when you first look at Digimon Field, right, and you think, okay, it looks kind of Hearthstone-like, right? You've got put as many cards you want on the board, but there's a whole mechanic in the middle of the game screen that determines how many actions you could do, and that's determined on how many points you give your opponent in that following turn. So, ooh, 2 purples, okay, let's see. We've got a foil of the Metal Garurumon, which, well, no, this is a default one, but this one's a foil by itself, okay. And we've got the Magna Angemon, card game with a bunch of keywords, a bunch of different stuff. So we can disassemble, we can go for card crafting. Now let's quickly check this out, right? So we've got synthesize all, which we already own everything. How do we go about crafting a card? Click on the card. Is there a way to, like, hold it? Right, okay, yeah, holding it, okay. So then we can go and disassemble for 20 and craft for 100. Is that the same for, like, high rarity cards, right? So let's go and find... Filtering's a bit weird. Let's go hold on this one. Can we... Okay, this is 0 because this one we can't dismantle, that's fine. This one we just pulled, right? So it's 200, but 1500 for a craft. So the rates don't scale like they do in Master Duel. So for this one, it's 6 copies of a card to get this. But the material's the same. So you can go and dismantle a bunch of your really bad commons and uncommons, right? And get 10 points each time, and eventually build up. So it is like Shadowverse, in that you have got a global crafting currency, like vials, unlike Master Duel, which is a currency for each different card type. And so we'll see over the long run, is that going to be really worth doing? We got some more gems, sure. I'm going to go back in again to this pack. I don't know if it's the correct one, but I want to pull that full art. Because you've got to, right? You've got to. I just want to skip. And we pulled... Okay, that's pretty cool. A Gemon full art with a full pattern. I wish I had a connection to these cards, right? These cards and these characters. Because at the moment, it is just a lot of... It's a lot of stuff. Right, it's a lot of stuff. And it's going to be like a lot of reading and looking at what decks do. So let's go in to random match. And I'm going to go and choose a deck. I'm going to choose this one I got earlier. This one is the starter one. At the moment, there is no ranking matchmaking as far as I'm aware. Hopefully on launch we get that, because you can go into games with people that have whaled out. In theory, of course. I don't believe you can put any money into this. You've also got a mulligan, which is cool. Now, looking at this, I think we're okay with that. I'm gonna mulligan that one. I just kept it all. Okay, the wording's a bit weird, but it's very Master-like, right? You've got your main phase, you've got all these things coming in, you've got your counters in the middle that, depending on the card you're playing, move the counters left or right. And so every one of your actions moves the counter towards your opponent's side. And you could put down a big 10 cost card, but then you give your opponent 10 play points for the next turn, which you don't really want to do, so it's a bit of a balancing act. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the breeding phase first of all, which is a really baffling name for a phase, man. Get our Kuromon, and here we can, what can we do? So we've got Tai, who is a 2-cost, all Digimon gain 1000. Okay, sure. Can we do any evolving here? We can't, right? So this hand actually really, really sucks. No, we can't. We can evolve it to Dracomon for next turn. That's cool. And then we've got points there to use. So I'm going to put down Biomon. This then takes us down to 0. We can then pass or, give our opponent 2 cards. So I'm going to put tie down, take us over to 2, our turn ends, but in our turn, all of our Digimon gain a plus 1,000. And these cards can't be attacked, right? I believe they're just like kind of stuck there on the field. Now, you'll notice we've got 5 shields here. And you attack your opponent, you attack their shield, and then you are guaranteed to do damage. But then you trigger a card, and then you have a bit of a combat. So it's kind of like attacking your opponent's shields in Duel Masters, right? I think that's how that works, Duel Masters. Again, going in, attacking again. We hit tie, does nothing, but it plays a card on our field. So now in our turn, all of our Digimon gain 2,000 total. Oh, then our 3,000 can clear the 4,000, right? Or not. Go from our Greymon, coming down. So we can't clear this right now. What we can do is we can bring the Dracomon into the board for free at 6,000, which is pretty big. Can we upgrade? Right, that's level 3. We can probably go onto this, right? No, we can't. Okay, we can go off it on the Quadramon. This is a weird thing I'm trying to work out, right? It's the play cost thing, because you can do whatever you want in this phase, right? And so I want to go, okay, attack, and then evolve. Attack his security, which is his shields, right? Attack in. Deal damage. What do we get? 7,000 Grudramon. Unfortunately, our guy's going to die. I then going to risk it and go attack in again. And what do we get? We've got Agumon. We win that one. His card dies. That's fine. We can then go and upgrade into Quadramon. So it is the difference, right? Okay, so when you're Digivolving, it is the difference, I believe, in those play points. Okay, that's cool. And then Shadow Wing is gaining plus DP. We can also block this one as well. If we were to play this, right, look, you see, goes to 4 material. I don't want to give him 4 points. What we can do is evolve this into Metal Greymon and give him 2 points, which is not that bad. So I think we are going to go Digivolve into Metal Greymon. Probably a bad idea. What does he do? In our turn, gains plus 1,000, there's 4 more Digivolutions on it, which I believe there is 3. So won't be doing that much. Is if our card is untapped, they can attack into it. If it's face up, like in attack mode, they can't. So they can either go for our shields or go for our bodies to then clear them out, so we can't attack them directly next turn. And if you saw earlier, one of our cards had a shield on it, we can use that card as a blocker, so they force our opponent to attack into it rather than attacking into our shields. Going for the Shadow Wing, buffing to 10k. So I don't get why you would buff that up. Nope, going into the Phoenixmon at 16k, but this thing goes down. So I don't quite understand why that was super relevant to do. We are just drawing Shadow Wings, okay. So we are going to go in our breeding phase, give us a egg. I'll take the Kuromon, that's fine. We can evolve this, but it does put us straight into his turn, which we don't really want. So, play Shadow Wing. Now, I want our guy to survive. However, if we play this, then he dies. So that's not great. Right, the situation we're in right now is not fantastic. We have 1 shield as well. So, I think we've got a crash here. And I believe that's how that works, right? 12-12, they both die. He can just, like, summon out into a body. So, have we got a blocker at all? We have got a blocker. So, I think we do go... Give him 5 points. Put Quadramon down. And hopefully, this works how I thought. You can easily get stuck with not having enough cards or moves, and that mulligan at the start is really, really important as well. And so, like, at the moment, I have no idea what I'm doing. It's all part of, the fun of learning a new card game. And so, we'll see how this does. Of course, you can go into your Beamon, but all it takes, again, is you just attacking in and destroying my shield. So I'm hoping that I can block with this in attack mode. I believe every Digimon you play from your hand, at least to a certain level, has Summoning Sickness, the Starlight Explosion, and going straight to the end phase. So in our main phase, we can buff up again, but this does nothing, right? And again, we can go and give them points, but that doesn't really do much for us. All of your Digimon gain security attack +1. Digimon checks 1 additional security card until the end of your turn. So does that mean I can go Shadow Wing? Like, there's no way this does what I think it does, right? There's no way I can go and do double Shadow Wing and then attack in here and it gets all 3 shields. I don't think that's how that works. But we'll see. We'll see. Attacks in, right? checks for the 5,000, we clear. No, it doesn't, so what is the point? Do I just like completely misunderstand that card? All of Digimon gain security attack +1, but like nothing changed there. Unless that's a completely different mechanic, which it probably is, right? That probably is a different mechanic that I'm misunderstanding. Okay, force attack to this dies, not great. It's so dumb. We have literally no move we can make, right? Because this does nothing, and this gives him too many points. So we have, unfortunately, just lost this game, right? We've not been able to see anything to Digivolve into. Right, it might just be the draws, right? It might just be because he's obviously playing Star Deck as well. It might just be that. It might just be the way the mulligan worked, and okay, you've gone down to 0. I don't quite get why the check happens here, right? Like, why bother doing the check for the final damage? Oh, because you have attacking again, yeah. Okay, yes, you gotta do 2 attacks. One's a 0, you attack in, and then we lose. Welcome to Digimon, right? Welcome to Digimon. And we get some gems and some XP for completing a game, which is, you know, pretty cool. We have then got another deck. We've got Starter 02. Though it'll probably be a bit of a cut up as well, just to make things not overly long. It's already 20 minutes, right? Oh, okay, you have to mulligan the entire hand. That makes sense. Okay. So our turn, we can of course go and get our egg out, which is going to be a Sunumon, which we've got Hammer Spark, gain 1 memory, peel security, you gain 2 memory. Okay, this doesn't really help us right now. We can just go Gabumon over this, and then, ooh, Matt, it's not your turn. Is Digimon gain 1 memory. Okay. And then this plus the 3. I feel like Matt might not be a bad shout just to like get out turn 1. I feel like the Digimon players are going to be screaming at me going, what the fuck are you doing? I have no idea. I'm reading these cards for the first time now. We are against a red deck, a fire deck, I guess, which is probably going to be the star deck from before. Liskmon, 5,000, 6 drop, okay. That's fine. And because of this, we do gain an extra counter, right? From Matt. So we can go and bring our Gabumon out to our field. Hammer Spot give us 1 memory, which we don't really need, right? So Grizzlymon gives us 6,000 damage, which we can Digivolve, put us down to 3. And then we can probably go for the Werewolfmon as well, right? This would gain 1 security attack, right? Or we could go and put down more cards here, right? This is a blocker as well at the moment. This removes the blocker ability. This, when attacking, loses 2 memory. So we do want to go for Wergarumon. The names are just mad, right? The names are mad. Draw a card, gives us a Digivolution card under one of our Digimon, and then we play it as another Digimon without paying its memory cost. Okay, that made 0 fucking sense. Let's swing in for security, right? We get 1, right? Now, my opponent's a Digimon with no Digivolution cards. This card gains security attack +1. Is it because that is a Digivolution card and that's like technically on the board? Is that like why that's a thing? Gomamon, I think. Go and give our guy 2 points and pass there. I think the back and forth, the mind games you should have, right, with determining how many points to give your opponent for that turn. Obviously, you want to give them as little as possible, right? And if you give them less than 2, I believe their points become 3. So I think you want to kind of be in that threshold of giving them, you know, something but not nothing, right? I think that's the way you kind of want to do things. So going for Reptilmon, which ends turn automatically. We can then go and get another egg out in for a Sunumon again, which can go over this. But it does take us into the next thing. We can go Digivolve this for free, right? Because it's 0 cost, right? That's perfectly fine. And then this is 0 cost as well. Gives us 1 memory, which then would give us the ability to do this. So I think we go Hammer Spark, gives us a free bit of memory to 2, and Digivolve this. We could have gone and put it on the 1 in our Digivolution area for next turn, but that's okay. We can then go attack into the security. This will then remove a card from the bottom of his other card, right? As far as I believe that's what this does, right? This should go down to... Why? I don't quite understand the mechanics, right? Am I not getting how it's meant to work? If Volcanic Flare is going to delete one of my Digimon. Okay, that was fun. So here we don't want to give him 7, we are just going to pass up there and end there, I think. Does that mean this stuff here, the ones on the top left, does that mean, is that what the Digivolution is, right? Is it if you've got like the baby egg thing, right? Is that what that means? It must do, right? It must do. Because that egg gives an ability to the card, I think. It's a bit confusing. And again, I'm sure Digimon fans are going to be screaming at me going, what are you doing? It makes sense, right? But I don't know, just coming straight in, looking at the game board and trying to understand the mechanics, it's, you know, it all kind of blends together. Liscmon, though, is going to gain plus 1,000 and then auto guess 1,000, so it's pretty big. Kaiser, okay, Burning Drive, they're just playing a bunch of cards here. Burning Drive may attack my unsuspended Digimon, but that doesn't matter. Because it currently is suspended. I thought it could do that anyway. I thought you could attack those in the first place. So I don't quite get, unless you just need the power bonus, but I don't think you did. Unless I'm bloody blind, which I am. This video is just going to be me being very confused. Very confused. And losing this game as well. We can attack in, potentially deal 2 damage, but the thing is, we've got to find that last damage, right? So we've got 4 play points. We're going to bring this out. Is that worth doing? Because that takes it down to 0, then we can't do any fun things there with this. And we can't Digivolve this either. Do we just go Kaiser Nail? And like, this should give us... Why can you do cards that do nothing? Right? Like, I don't... Like, there is this shitty thing underneath it, right? Which I guess isn't an actual card. So that probably would have made sense in some other timeline, right? But, like, why can you play cards that can't do anything? Right, now you've got your leader, which gives you a bonus, and we're just going to pass up, because there's nothing else we can do there. Or, like, we could go and give them 7 points, but we're not going to go and do that. Even though you attack here, clear this, and I've got no Digivolution happening. So, again, we've lost. I feel like I'm not grasping the way you're meant to play the game at all. I just feel like that is something that's going amiss with me this entire video. Or I'm like over-respecting the amount of play points to give my opponent. Like, should I be just dropping down this 7 because I can do? Right, just having it as a body that can next turn attack. Do I care about giving them 7 play points? You know, I don't know. Obviously, I could have gone for the double hammer spark and then played this, and that would have evened things out. Attack. This does also delete a Digimon, just straight up, so even if it didn't attack this, it would just delete this. You probably could have just attacked in anyway, and then deleted it. Unless, again, I am... Ooh, 7k, 7k, we do delete. Okay, that's cool. There's Shadowing, which is buffing up, but was that to, like, give me less play points? Is that what that was doing? This would then give 7. I don't want to do that, so I'm going to go Hammer Spark, and I'm going to give him 2. Sorry, I'm going to give him 5. If we potentially see a top deck thing for next turn, then I think we're okay. But he's got like 6 cards in hand, I've got 1. This guy definitely knows what he's doing. In for the War Greymon, so upgrading is going to override that. Now, you can't attack into my Were Greymon. Right, that's like the good thing about this. This turns off spell cards, basically, on option cards. This gains +1 on the check thing. When it seems like it should. You should do, like, by default it checks 1, so why isn't +1 checking 2? Unless something's broken. Or I'm not understanding it. Going for Metal Greymon as well, and straight to the end phase. Plesiomon +10, that is mad. So I think we do go Plesiomon. Ooh. Does that change anything for now? It doesn't, right, because we can't play it. We've got 3 shields, so he goes 1, 2, and then you've got to wait a turn for that, whereas we can go attack in here, and he's got to get a blocker down. To my knowledge, right, so we can go secure attack, attack indirectly, puts you on 0, can do a security check, 7k, doesn't matter, that's gone. We probably just want to leave him on the 3 play points, because next time we can play this and attack in, and hopefully that's game. You've either got to kill me through 4 attacks this turn, or you've got to put a blocker up. To my understanding, that's the only way, at the moment, that you can win. Whatever reason why he didn't want to attack last turn has caused him to lose, or was he running down the clock? Was that like what was happening? The clock at least seems a bit more manageable than the Shadowverse clock, I'll give it that, but the dual field looks very mastered. It looks very much like you've taken Mars Duel and Shadowverse and the Rush Duel Switch game and all kind of mashed them together, right? It is very much that. The overall animations are fine, but nothing spectacular. The frame rate drops you're seeing do happen on my phone, but also there is a compression happening with the gameplay recording, so it is smoother than it would be in the video. Okay, attacks for 1. Cocytus Breath, but it's negated. Pretty cool effect. The invoked card coming in clutch. And then Greymon attacks in as well. Deals 1. Goes for Bearmon. Unfortunately, doesn't do anything. And okay, so this one triggered for 2. So there clearly is some mechanic there I'm missing. Maybe it didn't meet a requirement? Like, was that it? There's Bearmon. We can, of course, bring our guy out. And then this should just be attacking him with Plesiodon for lethal. And that should be game. There we go. We've won our first Digimon battle. The game's fun. I do think it is going to be a case of, like, finding decks that work online. It is going to be a case of having to really grind the pack system to get the cards you want. The dusting system, it's cool it exists, but it seems like the rates are, like, not amazing. You are getting a lot of early game gems, which is cool, and if you do all 3 daily missions, then you do get access to more gems as well. Let's go and do one more temple to round this off. The video is 40 minutes long. It's going to get cut down. We are just going to go and skip, and hopefully we can pull. Unfortunately, we didn't pull the full art video animation. We did pull some really cool parallel foils, secret rares, SRs, and we can go immediately disassemble surplus, right? And it'll give us a bunch of shards back. So do I think it's going to be a long-term play for me? I don't know. Really depends on how the overall economy works and how events are, and, you know, if we get an actual ranking system in the full release. It can depend on those kind of things. I would kill for Konami to make a Rush Duel client like this, right? That'd be so cool to get a Rush Duel specific game for mobile, but it will probably never happen. So anyway, that's my first real look at Digimon Alysion, I believe it's called. Thanks for watching. Adios.